Rangers had originally planned to postpone their game against St Mirren in the league to give them a bit more preparation time for the playoff round of the Champions League. That was curious, isn't it? The last 24 hours, what's happened there. Russell Martin kind of questioned before the game last night at his press conference, saying, well, at this minute in time, I think we're playing it, even though the board have made an official request to get it postponed. I don't care whatever way you look at it, it doesn't look great, does it? Either Russell Martin, I wonder, could there be an element here because it's the title head coach? Because you would think a manager in the good old-fashioned sense would be right on top of that and say, well, there's no way we're cancelling that St Mirren game because look where we could be in the league at that point. Nobody wants to start a season like that. But it looks as if, I'm not sure, either Martin wasn't involved in the decision-making process, which isn't a great look, or he hadn't quite worked out how serious this could get if Celtic were in a position where they could go 10 points clear. What was your take on it?
Well, look, one thing's for sure, you said it yourself, it's not a great look for Rangers or the board. I don't think, in terms of the chief exec, that from the outside, it looks like, initially when the SPFL announced, way back when they announced that they were going to bring this rule in for this season where you could cancel a league game for a European playoff. I think just initially, because we've had so many stories in years gone by about the league not giving our clubs more of a chance, more of a breather before these vital games, financially lucrative kind of games, so much at stake. I think just everyone at Rangers seemed to think, well, we'll definitely cancel the St Mirren game if we get to the playoff, just to give you a bit of, just to give you better preparation. Obviously, St Mirren's a tough place to go at the best of times.
It's a difficult away game in Scottish top flight terms, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. But what's happened since then, certainly in the last few days, I just don't think it looks good. Again, from the outside, it looks like, first of all, there's Nasser Jiga's suspension. If the St Mirren game is postponed, obviously we then miss the Celtic game. I don't think Rangers are keen on that, given the kind of defensive cover they've got or lack of it. But also, as you say, it's the league position now. Russell Martin was adamant last night at the press conference that, look, we won't, we're not looking at league tables. It's not even the end of August yet. That certainly won't dictate whether we postpone a game. You need to take him at his word with that. But certainly for outsiders looking in, it looks exactly like that because Rangers, because of the two draws in the first two games, there's a real danger that if the St Mirren game was postponed and Celtic win at Ibrox, Rangers could, 10 points, potentially 10 points behind. And
before the end of August, yeah,
which would be, that's quite something, Jacko. I mean, the last few years it feels like we've kind of bemoaned the fact that the league title race has pretty much been over by, maybe November, the new year, maybe going into January, February. To think of a 10-point gap at the top with Celtic winning the first Old Firm game, as you say, by the first week in September, that's no good. And that's what slightly worries me about Russell Martin. Listen, I like him and I think he talks really well. Obviously, he's a good coach, a good manager. It worries me slightly, some of the things that he's saying publicly, just in terms of the kind of fans' reaction. Like last night, for instance, just a throwaway line saying, we're unbeaten in 5.
That was a bad line. That was a bad line. That's just, he's been badly advised there. Somebody needs to get hold of him and tell him not to say stuff. Philip Clement said some stuff like that, Scott, and it just doesn't cut it with the supporters.
It's not going to wash with punters when there's draws against Motherwell and Dundee. And it was similar. The other thing, what I was going to say was, again last night, him saying we're not looking at a league table and the league table doesn't matter at the end of August. I'm sorry, but in Glasgow, it does matter. It matters after one game. When you're, if you're a Rangers fan and Celtic go 2 points clear on the opening day, given the fact that they've won 4 titles in a row, 13 out of the last 14, whatever it is. So, listen, I think Philippe Clement and Michael Beale before him, part of the reason why they ended up losing their jobs was not paying enough attention to the league table and trying to ensure that the Rangers didn't fall too far behind.